You say important stuff happened?
Well, there's some good juice from this episode.
There was. I actually watched with subs this time,
Nice.
so I'm blessed. Okay, so
Gotta put his grocery list at the top.
okay, I got it. Okay, so I have the photos here. So yeah. So in the start of the episode, they say the ship makes an emergency landing in Kanto.
Yeah.
So we're right. They legit. It doesn't have to be officially the Sevi Islands, but they are in a Kanto island.
Yeah. So it's like the ship. What's it called? It's called the Brave Asagi. I don't know why. What's called? But yeah, I did make an emergency landing in Kanto. So they definitely landed in Kanto, which again, I know I'm just reiterating what you said, the whole Sevi Islands thing. There's also like, do we know what Orange Islands is?
Probably around Kanto.
Because you never know. What if imagine later on he's like, this is the Orange Islands. So like, wait, whoa, hold up. Something like that would be cool too. But yeah, so their ship, which is called the Brave Asagi, made an emergency landing in Kanto.
It feels like this is the prequel of the Rio anime that's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Until they make it to Poldy, we're in the prequel.
Yeah, but do you think by the time they get there, if Lico's still involved?
Yeah, I tell you a couple of stuff after this, okay? Because some people are super chatting. I'll tell you.
Okay, cool.
We've always. So yeah, Roy sneaks on the ship.
Hoping to join.
Do you notice when Roy's sneaking on the ship that his ball flares up, his Pokeball?
Yes, and Lico's pendant reacts to it.
Right? Does it just always glow? Was it reacting?
That was the thing that got me because Roy's walking around and his ball glows, and then she's sleeping. But the minute they pan the camera to her, it's glowing since she's asleep.
So they're connected then.
They seem to.
They're not individual. They're not independent of each other.
Maybe that might be what it is because, like I said, the second they pan the camera onto her, I don't think I have it there.
No, you don't have it.
But the second we pan the camera onto her, it's glowing. It's not like it was dark. The camera shone on it. It was already glowing, which means it may have already been active. She was sleeping. He's running around, and then it just.
Maybe that's why they made their first meeting temporary.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Just quick.
So now that they're gonna spend some time together, maybe something else could happen.
So yeah, so he leaves in the dark, hoping to join their ship.
Yeah, and then Freed's supposed to kick him up, but he wants to be Fuecoco's partner, so like Freed gives him a proper shot.
Yeah, there's that whole thing of like Fuecoco has to feel the same way that you do, be in sync, blah 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 blah. So like he's all worried that Fuecoco may not.
Yeah, like Freed probably understands Pokemon like a bit better. He's like, there's no use in being like you can still beat trainer, but there's no use.
Yeah, and what's interesting is if you look at it this way, I know he didn't give Sprigatito to Lico, but he's acting like the professor because he's basically the one who carried Fuecoco, and he's like saying, if you want him, this is how you get him. He's acting like the professor for
he's
for
like
Roy. Like okay, look, think of it this way. In episode 1, how did we get a Pokemon? In a suitcase.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to the prof? So this is almost like your formal introduction. Hey, I'll be the professor for this show. I just happen to have a Charizard and a Pikachu.
Yeah, that's funny, bro. Imagine a Pokemon where you start in his shoes. You're sneaking on a ship, you get shocked by their Pikachu. You get your starter Pokemon.
That's cool, right?
Yeah.
Like even this picture, it's a cool picture, right? Look at Pikachu. Pikachu's like, who's this man?
This Pikachu freaking shocked him. He's like, so one thing is, so after this, like they're like, Freed lets him stay on the boat for a day because like I'll give you one day to see if you're a match with Fuecoco.
Yeah.
But when they're watching the program, they're talking about Pokeballs, right? Do you notice how in that program, like the thing with the needle thing, they're talking about how Pokeballs are made from apricorns.
Berries.
What did you say, berries?
They're like berry or something like that.
Is apricorn?
It's supposed to be apricorn.
I think it's apricorn in Japanese probably.
But yeah, I saw that with the whole. Then they're just like downplaying the fact that Master Balls just exist, and they're just,
I don't know. I guess they're more casual now.
No, because like I wrote it even here. I was like, where did I put it in GX? Look this. I can't believe the Master Ball is lightly talked about. The Nidorino girl talks about the balls and types. The Master Ball is just shown being used casual. On a Raikou. This is some GX.
Yeah, they showed a Raikou too. It feels like GX.
This is some GX thing for sure. Like because like GX had better hologram tech. There was a school teaching about decks and strategy and all this. Now we got into the point that the Master Ball, which once was a prototype that Giovanni was trying to steal to catch Mewtwo, now it's like the Nidoran girl's like, here, we could just use this whenever we want to. That already makes me think that at some point that ball is going to become useless.
Yo, you're right.
It's got to this kind of point where we're like, oh, we just have access.
You're so right. If they're easy access now, there's no way it can catch Tropigus. Anyhow, why I thought it was weird or interesting is that just 10 minutes, just like 3 minutes ago, we were focused on his ancient ball, right? So while we're thinking about what this ancient ball could be at what time period, the needle thing is also talking about how back then they used Pokeballs, making them from apricorn. So
it makes you think about what was put into them making that ball.
Yeah, the ancient ball must go further back.
The way I see that design, I can't seem to see that was made from an apricorn.
No. That's like
that looks like it was like handcrafted.
That's a manual thing. All these freaking Kanto Pokemon.
Like, you know what's crazy? It really, really actually comes off like the Tapion box, because if you remember the Tapion box, it was specifically crafted a certain way to hold him. Like, it was like a certain type of craftsmanship put into it, right? Like, it was a special sealing thing, right? It's not like the ball gives off that same thing. Like, it was like handcrafted to certain like seal.
Yeah, because the Master Ball is not good enough, right?
Yeah,
you need like super tech.
Yeah.
Or
do you think it's possible this somehow is a step above the Master Ball?
Yeah. Well, it's specifically made for whatever it's sealing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, while the evil teams chase them, you get to see where they are. I don't think this is too relevant, but they're on some Kanto island.
I got a full little like footnote. So if you lose your way, I'll just get back there.
So the evil team, I'm trying to look for photos, but the evil team have an emblem on them. Maybe I'll get a photo of it later.
We're not talking about what we saw at the end, right? We'll just talk about just random emblems that are like on them themselves.
They have a logo.
Right.
But we'll get there. So
this is kind of cool because I didn't know this, but there are multiple villagers in their village.
Yeah.
And the Roy's grandpa is the leader.
Yeah.
So what I was thinking at the beginning was Roy was just isolated with just his grandpa. But no, there's a whole group.
His own little pallet town, yeah.
And there's a second good point. These Pokemon are not captured.
Yeah.
They're just running around the village, and the elder calls them friends and family, right? So like they all just talk and goof off and hang out, but they're just like, so this village somehow learned how to live harmoniously without Pokeballs. None of the Pokemon are Pokeballed up.
If he never catches Fuecoco, it'd be interesting if the same thing ends up happening like with Sada and Turo. And this time, like, for example, Liko has a Pokeball for Pikachu, but doesn't use it. So it'd be cool if we get to a similar thing at the end of the game where most people can't fight, but Roy and Liko can because they don't use Pokeballs.
You know what? You might be right because, whoa, this is like we're going like a super circle because you're going to have to help me out here. But I was saying a certain point. It was just a random point of saying like, just look at, this is like the early stage. But in the early stage, you're giving off this meaning of like, look, here we have an island in Kanto, but if you look around, did you ever see anyone go, let's do this, guys? Squirtle,
you don't need the invention. It's just made to make it easier.
So they show that there is a way for everyone to exist without the need of Pokeballs. Ash has already showed it. He's already showed it, right? Like these guys already showed it. So I love the idea that you just said of if this got to a point where it was like a Sada Turo situation where their balls were hacked.
Mm-hmm. That'd be amazing.
Roy would be able to send his Skelridge out without.
Yeah, him especially, but her, she has Pokeball, but like if you notice, the cat sleeps on her bed, so she doesn't even use it.
She doesn't use it.
At this point, it's like she's freed as well. Both of them are.
So what if that actually becomes the... Yo, you know what's crazy? The more I think about it, none of these guys let their Pokemon out of balls. They're all just outside all the time. Have you ever seen...
It's only the evil team that's been using balls.
Like, think about everyone on this shit. Metagross is not like, come inside your ball or something like that. It's just floating around.
You're right.
I have a question. Does everybody... I need to know if everybody's using Pokeballs.
It's only these guys on the ship. They know something about raising Pokemon. That's why Freed skips steps and says, listen, you can't take the Fuecoco unless like you're matching with it.
Right. It's almost like
they understand Pokemon a different way.
Yeah, it's almost like the hard mode of catching a Pokemon. Like you have to befriend it, not just capture it and defeat it.
Yeah. So, okay, yeah, they have a tracker on the ship. So eventually these guys find them, the evil team guys. And they have a more sneakier plan to ambush them. But I don't understand why this guy keeps being kind about it.
Yeah, so like what? Let me see if I can find. Yeah, so Amethyo tracks the ship down. The team, which is what's the name? Konya, and the other person, they want to actually seize the ship and then ambush them. But he keeps saying stuff like, I'll take the dialogue. He goes, no, our goal is simply dependent on the target. So he's very like Lloyd from LOD. Like he's just like objective. He's not.
He's objective, but he's not absolute.
But not in a bad way.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense. Because look at what they're saying. These guys are being menacing. They're like, yo, let's seize the ship and then ambush them. And he's like, no, we're not doing that. I just want the pendant and the target. So simply put, if you just give those two, he goes. That's it. He's not trying to do anything crazy, right?
It sounds like he's being, what's the word? It's not lenient, but there's something wrong here, you know.
It's not lenient, but it's like it's almost like he has his own like
morals or something.
Morals, like his own moral but I don't even want to say it's morals. He just has a way of operating where he's just like,
he has his own code, probably.
His own code. Like I don't agree with some of this stuff, but like I agree with some of this.
Okay, yeah. So they're split up. So when they jump the ship, these two have to fight the evil guys.
And they send those two back and they send out a Golduck and a Rhydon.
Yeah, so there's only 3. Yeah, that's cool. So there's only 3 evil dudes. There's the main guy and then these two. So this guy has to fight his Rhydon with the Rockruff. And then she has to fight Golduck with the Metagross. But her Metagross is losing to the Golduck.
So that was one of the things that came out. I'm like, yo, see, a couple weeks ago when I was giving the bounties.
I know, I vouched for her, man.
We were counting. I'm like, bro, these guys are getting beat up like nothing. At this rate, that Metagross is like level 36. It just evolved.
Yeah, he's 20, bro. He was at 55, bro.
Damn it. Okay, that's not a level 55 Metagross. That thing was
he's 20, dude. He's level 20. These things look like they're level 50.
Like super. No, but then that Golduck lost it.
That's what I'm saying. Why did they off-screen that? What the hell, bro?
How is this possible?
You know they off-screen it for like shock value, right?
Yeah, that's the idea.
Because
she pops back up. She goes, "Hey, I'm here,
guys." So listen, what's interesting is when the good guys are fighting the evil guys are trying to win, but it sounds like the good guys are only trying to stall, like Freed especially, but. This Golduck beats this Metagross.
Like into a pulp.
Yeah, the Metagross is like sweating. It's all bruised up.
And the Rockruff can't do anything to Rhydon.
Yeah, the Rockruff is like dodging rocks. And so while they're fighting and all, these two are like doing something. Who knows? Oh,
they're basically trying to assemble because basically there's 2 agendas. One, to repel the team back,
and
the enemies, and then repair the ship. So Roy and her are gathering all the other Pokemon, and then they're hearing like all the noise and commotion happening outside. And in that moment, Lico's like, she's actually in a state of like worry again, because I wrote it down here, but she has another moment again where she mentions, like I wrote it here. She goes, Lico mentions they're after their pendant and they keep persisting. So remember in the first episode, she had this thing where she's like, I'm going to give myself up.
Oh, she feels bad because everything that's been happening
is because
the last
of her.
Week is completely because of her independent.
Right. So what happens in this scene, she starts having an inner dialogue, which is like, it's happening again because of me, right? Yeah. And then it immediately gets cut off because then, like, Sprigatito jumps on her, right? And then Roy's like, you see the picture I showed you earlier? They're like both trembling because they're scared of the commotion happening outside, right? But then Fuecoco like looks up at Roy with like gleaming eyes, and he's like, oh, you're comforting me, right? So the whole idea is the scene shows both of them scared, but the Pokemon comfort them, right?
Okay.
When Lico sees Roy and Fuecoco like comforting, and he's like, yeah, man, I can't see the ship get attacked. That's my home. That's your home and stuff like that. She has this epiphany when she's like, I keep making it about me, how like they're coming after me, but he's focused on helping everyone else. So it's almost like Roy's taking a path where he's like, save everybody. She's like, I'll remove myself and everyone's saved. He's just like, no, we removed them.
Yeah. Blame them. True.
You know what I mean?
So she's feeling bad. He's trying to do something about it.
I think what I'm saying is it's like a foreshadowing where I think somewhere to your anger, she's going to give herself up. And you, the fan, is going to be like,
maybe.
Why?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe like there's going to be a point where she like leaves the ship and tries to do something herself.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So they get the wild Pokemon's help. I don't even understand what this Chansey's trying to do.
So basically, this is the funniest thing. I'll recap it for you. Basically, Roy gets Fuecoco, and then he goes up to Molly, which is the pink-haired girl with Chansey, right? So she takes over once Rockruff and lose. She takes over. She sends a Chansey out to give Rhydon a pound attack.
Yeah, I guess they're ass, bro.
Like, I don't know. This team stinks.
Okay, I take it back. Where everyone's like 50 bounty, Freed is 300.
Yeah, I see what I mean, bro.
I give him 2 billion, bro.
2 billion. What? What are they gonna fight Ash? Like, what the heck? So anyways, this is the funniest thing. Roy's like, this is what happens. Roy's like, he looks at Fuecoco and he goes, Molly, we got this. And you know what she says? I'll leave it up to you. And she runs off. And I'm like,
leave it up to you, Roy.
What, these two?
So, yeah. So, you can leave this to us. Oh, great.
So then basically, like, he's like, I got it. And then that's what happens. He uses Ember and nothing comes out.
So in Pokemon, type advantages are important, but you can also beat Pokemon like with normal moves too, even if it's not effective. So he tries to use Ember. It's this week because of Fuecoco's ass. And I mean, listen, meanwhile, like Liko and Roy split up. So this girl goes after Liko, and she sends out Gold. It's the same Gold that beat up a Metagross on Liko, and they off-screen it. But when they return, the Golduck is freaking murdered. And we've never seen Liko actually fight before. We've only seen her trick her way out of battle.
Yeah, so it's like the question is, did that Leaf Edge do it? Did she like...
It's the fact that they hit it makes it feel like it's not the Leaf Edge, but I'm just gonna assume it's the Leaf Edge for now.
But somehow she managed to take it out, which is crazy. That's, if you go to the previous picture, right there, like he's like failing to use Ember.
She's completely
and then that's when Liko pops up and she goes, Hey, Roy, what's the commotion? And then they pan to this page.
Yeah, and you're like, how is she here? And she's already beat them.
And she's already lost.
This is the emblem I was talking about. Maybe we'll get a better picture. So this is a cool moment. It's supposed to, like, he's trying to motivate the Fuecoco, but despite it being like tacky, they do proper music on it.
Yeah,
so it's actually a really cool moment.
Yeah, in the beginning, he's like,
no, but the scene turns out pretty nice.
But then the music starts going with it and it just rises up. And then it gives you a little bit of thing. And then he just launches an Ember attack and they're like, yo, we did it.
What's happening also is Freed is not fighting the Amethyo properly. Like
he's like half paying attention.
He's just stalling. He's really just stalling so they can get their ship fixed. And Amethyo could beat him, but Amethyo's kind of like waiting too. Like, bro, can you seriously fight me? So he's got his code.
I think now when I look at it, it's a question. Like I got a question for you. Who do you think's stronger, Amethyo or Freed?
See, I thought Amethyo was stronger because he almost beat Freed.
I think he is though, because you know why? I watched his Corviknight basically like dance around and be able to just keep up with Charizard. It's keeping up, right? Like even though Freed's half watching the battlefield, it's keeping up. He didn't even bring out Serial Edge. And his Corviknight could keep up with the Charizard. So what does Serial Edge happen? So those are two, right?
That's two times.
His Corviknight can keep up with Charizard, and then his Serial Edge can keep up
with Pikachu.
So I have a question. What if you went to his belt and he had 6 Pokemon?
Okay.
He's going to knock out Freed. Yeah. I don't know. It looks like...
I'll put Amethyo above.
What would you put his other 4 Pokemon? Serial Edge, Corviknight, what would be his other Pokemon? Like, he's like a mercenary. Like, he could fight.
I'll put him above.
Look at his Pokemon. Like a Corviknight to take to the skies. It's like an evil bird.
Armored bird.
It's not even Honchkrow. It's Corviknight. It's an evil bird. And then he's got a Serial Edge, which is like this assassin. He's like a mercenary, man. Amethyo's a pretty cool character, besides the Triangle Renegon.
But yeah, so because Freed's not taking the battle seriously, he pretty much sneaks his way. He pretty much like, he does do something sneaky. I thought he had a code all this time, but he does something sneaky and he like jumps Liko to get the pendant.
But that's kind of like a play on it because in the beginning of the battle, Freed keeps taking his eyes off him, and then what does Amethyo keep saying?
Stop giving him chances.
Stop taking your eyes off it. Warning 2, stop taking your eyes off it.
You're right.
Warning 3, flume.
He gave him
too bad. I gave you too many chances.
So episode ends with him jumping Liko, and it looks like
I got those pictures.
It looks like he's about to get the pendant. So okay, so yeah, we're done with the episode. But if
not,
what?
No, we're not.
We're done. That's the end of the episode.
No, but there's more.
So Fuecoco looks up to Charizard, right? So I think eventually, when it becomes a scare ledge, when we're at like the last 3 episodes of this series, he should fight Freed and beat it eventually.
He has to.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, clearly, both these characters are supposed to beat the Volcateers at some point, but yeah, no, 100%. I think for sure he has to. I think that might be a natural thing where like Fuecoco tries to fight Charizard and he beats it. You know why? Because he looks up to Charizard, right?
Yeah.
So
you got to surpass
the whole idea is to surpass like the mentor and stuff like that, which would be a really cool thing. I don't want to see Charizard lose, but that's kind of cool. But
all right, so say what you want to say.
Corviknight basically summons a hurricane, and then like under the air cover of that, he's like bird's eye view right above, about to like see that right there.
Right here.
He's swooping in, ready to go like grab her and stuff like that. And remember, the target is her and
the pendant.
So we don't know if he's just gonna grab her and just like dip off, whatever the case may be, right? But then what was crazy is the outro plays out. And that's the crazy part. I'm joking. So the outro plays out, Murdoch screws up the outro, and then they give you the preview.
Episode preview.
For the next
episode.
You
take screenshots of that? Yeah, I don't know what's going on in the preview, bro.
Bro, there's a bunch of weird stuff happening in the preview, and the last thing you see literally blows the top off.
So when Freed's jumping them, I mean, it's probably skipping it later in the episode, but her pendant and his ball is glowing, and they're nearby. Yo, they might be connected
in synchronicity.
And then
what is that?
Wait, what is this? I don't remember this.
That's in the outro. That's how we screenshot. I'm like, what is the symbol? Look, symbol to the left, symbol to the right. It's Terrapical stuff, bro.
Oh, he's no. He's 100% doing Terrapical stuff because the evil people. Let me see if I can find a picture of it. I found it.
It's so crazy that
someone sent me this.
At the same time, they both light up. What? Yeah, that's their symbol.
So this is their symbol, but look, that's the Tropica symbol. So whatever the evil team is doing, they are finding Tropicas.
They are working on this whole Tropicals thing. Interesting. That's a good zoom in.
Yeah. So this, I don't even know what this is, bro.
Yeah. So hold off. This is like when it's showing the outro. This is that guy. You know that.
Yeah.
That Gibeon guy. But if you look, we have basically not this to go back. We have wait. Are we gonna like?
Yeah, what are you trying to do?
I was just showing you that we have this like center thing, right? The color, right? The neon coloring. It's almost reminiscent of like the seals for the calamities or the ruinous Pokemon.
Oh,
but at the same time, when I don't know if they're of the ruinous, but there's inscription to the right of it and inscription to the left of it. But the thing to the left and right, they look similar. The thing in the middle is like very.
Oh, that'd be cool if he's trying to get some ruinous Pokemon.
So I don't know what he's doing, but he's clearly, you know what this reminds me of? It's like the ghetto statue.
Yeah, he looks shady wherever he is.
It's like whatever he's doing, he's trying to find stuff. You guys know what the is that the right term for it?
It's the ghetto statue.
Ghetto statue. I'm not trying to say like the projects.
No.
Like the ghetto mazo or something like that. The thing that in Naruto that they keep grabbing tail beasts and feeding it back to that statue. It looks like this is the center hub.
Feed a bunch of
they grab Terrapagoses and feed it back to here.
What is he, a Zyger then?
So it's like a crazy, who knows what these guys, they've already uncovered a lot to begin with. And they have all this accessible to them, and now they're going out and doing what they do. So we already got a huge amount just by looking at this weird symbol.
This is a weird symbol though, bro.
I wonder if the chats have any idea of what they think it is.
Looks like a giant Dialga face.
Yeah, in one way it almost looks like, doesn't it look like almost like a candle holder?
Yeah, I just see candles, man.
I have no idea.
It must be Tropigus related, bro. They got the symbol too. Okay.
Now look at,
and then
the craziest thing happens.
I don't know, bro. This is why this is a prequel. With next episode. Okay, whatever. Like,
I don't know if you guys can make sense of what's happening right now.
So Lico's pendant glows, and then this is Roy's Pokeball.
Look at that. Look at this.
Look at the lock.
Look at the lock.
They're freaking turning, and it opens up. And you didn't get a screenshot, but there's a big light comes out of it. Yeah, there's something in there.
There's something, and a big beam of yellow light blasts up to the sky, and that's all we get. It's a beam of yellow light.
Listen, next episode, unless it's Rayquaza in there can't. I don't understand what. It's not going to be the Tropigus we know. It's not going to be a baby Tropigus because it's too grand to be the same like baby Tropigus again.
Let me see if I have anything wrong.
If it isn't Rayquaza, then it's gonna like reveal something to us.
What I was gonna say is, think about this, right? The Elder Village guy, he mentioned to Roy when he gave the ball to Roy that this ball is probably empty and hasn't been open for years, right? So if we start using a brain, we're like, hold up, this is the first time in God knows how long this Pokemon's been unleashed. So do you understand? Let's say that this ball is 800 years old. This is the first time this Pokemon has been unleashed from that ball. That's a huge moment. As in, was it sealed away to never be unlocked again? So what I'm saying is it something small like a Rayquaza? Or is it something we've never even like...
You mean small as in familiar, right?
Familiar, exactly. Is it something... No, because even if you open it, like a Tapu comes out, you're like, it's familiar, but it's like, that's not important. What was hidden in here? Because this ball looks like it was from the ancient travelers' time, right? What's hidden in here? Do you understand what I'm trying to say with all that? It's been locked since God knows how long. So whatever this Pokemon's been, it's been sealed there. If you take a villainous route, This is the first time it's let out. It's not going back in.
It out now, yeah.
But if you take a heroic route,
how could it be heroic though? Like, all right, so a lot of people are saying Rayquaza, but we're on episode like freaking 5, bro.
But that's the best part.
I don't think it's
even when you think it's like filler, they're on episode 6. The ball opens. That's nuts.
But what's the show gonna be? It's Rayquaza comes out and like Roy wants to meet it again, and it escapes.
I don't think it's Rayquaza in that
like,
case because
I don't
he wants
want it
to
to be
meet
Rayquaza.
That's okay.
It's too early. It's meaningless if you show it this early.
Okay, so between you, me, and the chats, what do we think it could be then?
Let's see what they say.
I got nothing because all we have is it's a yellow beam of light. That's all we can do, and it went to the sky. So if you want to use any logic with that, maybe, for example, if it was something that was just gonna like it was an Entei, it wouldn't hit the sky. Does that make sense? This beam of light would not go to the sky. If it was an Entei, it would just go boom and hit the floor. Does that make sense? Come to the sky with an Entei just.
Well, there's something in there at least.
Oh yeah, what? So you fire a beam and an Entei just starts falling from the sky?
Oh, you mean something that can fly?
Something that can fly. Do you see what I'm saying? So we could try to
put a baby black Rayquaza.
Rayquaza could it?
Someone says I don't think it's Rayquaza. They're making it look like it will be, but it won't. I want it to not be Rayquaza.
I think he has to go meet him.
Why now? It's too early.
No. I don't think that's Rayquaza.
Oh, he has to. Yeah,
he has to go meet him. So what I'm saying is let's try to like cut out stuff. Let's assume since it was a beam that went in the sky, it's something that goes in the sky and then it's gonna emerge from that sky as like some sort of like crazy Pokemon.
Tail.
So what Pokemon do? Okay. So there's only a few Pokemon I can think of out of my mind that you beam to the light. They're sealed. Okay, so Rayquaza could be one, but they already showed him in the beginning. Why would they show him in like previews and then make him be the mystery in the ball?
If he's not in the early episodes. No, but because he's in the preview.
I'll eat my hat if it's Rayquaza.
No, but it might be. So wait.
It's not.
Listen,
I bet you it's not
Rayquaza. He's in the promo for this series.
Yeah, they're not going to put him in the ball.
So it I was going to say it sounds like he would show up early, but he doesn't have to.
No, he's not in the ball.
I don't want him to be in the ball. What do we see? What does this ball look like here? What is this? This is the inside, right? Does this? Oh, that looks like Rayquaza still. Oh shoot, the Rayquaza symbol.
Kind of, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, beam to the light. So all of a sudden, let's take every legendary Pokemon we know that touches the floor and kick them out. That's actually a fair thing?
Fine. Well. Okay, you're right. But what
like I said, take any other Pokemon. Let's say it's Heatran. You don't shoot a beam of light. He's being released for the first time.
What if it's a flying Raikou?
It's not gonna happen. Like basically what's gonna happen is if that sequence you directed it, you shot the Pokemon up to the light, and now Suicune is falling from the sky. It's goofy.
Okay, what Pokemon did you think it could be?
So I don't know. Like I don't know. Chat's like, no, he's being stupid. But I'm like, I'm gonna continue my stupidity.
Yeah.
What if it's Ho-Oh? I'm just randomly just throwing something.
Yo, who sealed Ho away?
I don't know, but what other Pokemon could be sealed and gone? Remember, Grandpa gives it to Roy. Roy's told stories from Grandpa about Ancient Traveler. Ball looks like it's from the Ancient Traveler's days. What flying Pokemon? What Pokemon in a godly way?
That is godly.
What if, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, Ho-Oh looks like.
It looks like the energy looks like Ho-Oh. I'm trying to think story-wise.
Shoot the idea completely out. I'm not saying it's Ho-Oh, but I'm like, Rayquaza could be one. Ho-Oh could be another. It doesn't look like it's Lugia. I'm saying a golden beam of light.
Does it have to be a legendary? It can't be like a Salamence?
That would not work.
Why does it have to be a legendary, though? Like this early?
It has to be. What else could it be? Chats, come on. Don't tell me it's like a...
So you think a legendary comes out and escapes? Because it's not like it's going to stay with Roy. So you think the purpose of this is...
A sealed legendary Pokemon that's been sealed a long time ago somehow saw its first breath.
Let's take it in steps, right? Why does it glow in relation to Lico's pendant?
That's the part where I'm like, it has to be somewhat symbolized to Terapagos.
What if he has a different Terapagos baby and this one has wings?
Maybe.
No, bro. I don't know, man. He has a golden Terapagos.
You know what? I was gonna give you a thing, but this is crazy talk, right? Right? What if that beam of light happens? That ball opens up. And then remember I said, I still need to use my formula, so he can't be touching the ground, right? What if what comes out from the sky is roaring moon?
That would be sick.
Who's roaring moon?
He's Salamence.
Yeah.
So
what if from the ancient days it was
roaring moon? That's much better, bro. That's much better. And like maybe it's like Ash. I don't know if we should give Roy like a strong Pokemon.
Is that kind of what you were thinking of when you said Salamence?
I wanted something more realistic. So Roaring Moon is there too because it's ancient. right?
Yeah.
So it could be like a Salamence, so let's say it escapes, or Roaring Moon, right? Then what's one of the things Roy wants to do? Like he wants to find that Pokemon again, and then eventually he'll catch it and it'll join his team, right? I want something more realistic than that. If it's Rayquaza, then this all starts to get a bit too fantasy.
So what I'm thinking is, what if the Pokemon has nothing to do with Terrapagos, but the locking mechanism on the ball itself has to do with Terrapagos? I know that sounds a bit weird, but like, what if like the ball is the correlation with Terrapagos, not the Pokemon inside? So I'm trying to say that so it separates, so the Pokemon could be anything. Otherwise, you have to tie the Pokemon to Terrapagos. I'm trying to find any reason to not tie Terrapagos to the Pokemon.
But so, they did like, glow together.
Think of it as like that ball will never unlock, but the pendant is just the key.
Oh, you're right. It must be.
So the Pokemon may have nothing to do with,
because okay, we have a worthy owner and then a moment of crisis. That can't be the only two check boxes. Maybe the keys needed too.
Yeah, but that's also a good point that you made. Like a worthy wielder of both the pendant and the ball. It means like the time is right. It's almost like a savior is in there. Is it a savior or is it just like a random?
Whatever it is, a better runaway ban. So someone said it's Heat.
Bro,
Heat just...
It's Heat's glasses.
Pokeball, Roy's ball is empty. It's just a bridge that connects with Lico's pendant to summon any type of desired Pokemon. We will see Paradox and Legendaries emerging.
Yo, it's cool in the comments. Who is this guy? You put in some work, buddy.
It's too early for that. Unless like this.
Call him right now. Explain your theory. I don't want to talk. My brain hurts.
It's a nice
idea. That was a good one, guy.
It's a nice idea, but it's too early for that.
Yo, that's a crazy, like, that's a cool, like, he thought about that. He's like, a beam shoots the light. It's connecting. He could create whatever. That's crazy talk. But what if we combine our theories? It is a thing, and Roaring Moon comes out of that. And then you're like, what's going on?
Theory about to be freaking it.
Yo, imagine Roaring Moon was the Pokemon that descended, right? And then everyone's trying to Pokedex it, and they're like, we don't no idea what the heck this is.
Bro, maybe it's Koraidon. That's a good one.
Or Mirai. Oh, no. Oh, yeah.
Which one fits better?
No, it's Koraidon. Koraidon can't be Miraidon.
Why not? He's villagey, so Koraidon fits him.
Koraidon fits a bit more.
Yo, Koraidon's a pretty good idea.
Yo, that might be an excellent idea, because then when it like finishes saving you and stuff, you're like,
when he horses away,
like you're kind of like, what? But no, it's the perfect Pokemon to have like sealed from the olden days.
Yeah, it looks very.
It's the thing is, the ball doesn't match with any Pokemon. The design of that ball,
yeah,
it doesn't match with. What did the GS ball look like?
It just had GS written on it.
I swear it looked like that.
It did. It was gold, I think. Yeah, it was gold.
It doesn't look like. It's so weird, man.
All right,
it almost looks like it's supposed to have a Magearna in it.
The idea I don't like is Rayquaza. Two ideas I like is Koraidon and Roaring Moon. Roaring Moons seem more fantasy than Rayquaza. Bro, if Rayquaza shows up right now, you will have a hard time taking the show seriously for a bit.
Yeah, and the better question
show up right now.
The better question is, whatever emerges out of that, is that saving us, or are we like?
Yeah, unless it blows away Amethyo and all, and then flies away, and it starts wreaking havoc. Then it could be Rayquaza, you know.
But that would still create mystery, because why did? So that would mean like Lico and Roy accidentally let it out. If you saw the preview, I think Roy's like, hey, like he tried to unleash it.
Yeah, it's like there's something in here. Let's go.
So he had an intent to thinking it was gonna help us.
Unless it's a Rayquaza that's like, it was when it was sealed, it was terrestrialized. So a bit of terrestrial energy in that Tropigus, it was enough to like call it back out.
Yo, what if that was what it is? It's like a terrestrialized like ball, and Rayquaza was dormant in there for so long that it just took this slow metamorphosis into like a real terrestrialized Pokemon.
Oh, you're saying that? That's crazy.
But I still don't think that's Rayquaza in there at all. Not even a chance.
Like, what did bro? This is too fast to show Rayquaza. Like, I just want to focus on the Tropigus.
No, it's perfectly good. I like this.
You like Rayquaza?
No, I like that we're moving super fast. Like,
no, but you can't move like what if it's moving so fast he catches a Dragonite this episode? It breaks it.
Yeah, but I don't think that's where they're gonna go to, because they need to give Pokemon like Fuecoco time to.
But that's what I'm saying. So if it's Rayquaza, then it's moving as fast as if he just caught a fully evolved Pokemon.
That's true, but I don't think they're gonna catch this guy.
Yeah, but like, yeah, obviously. Okay, so he doesn't have any. do we know that he wants to find Rayquaza? Because if we heard that in the text before the series came out, then he would have to lead to having that dream. So in that case, this would be Rayquaza, and that's what would make him want to find it. Let me see.
It's like the times, because that ball would represent also like a small glimmer into the civilization.
Mm-hmm.
So when you see the ball's design, you would see like the civilization's design. That does not give me Rayquaza vibes. It gives off like certain, like for example, it's certain ancient Pokemon that only work. Like another Pokemon that can kind of work. It still doesn't suit well. Is like Regigigas, but then he's on 2s and he's like on the floor, so it wouldn't be him. And these are just me just thinking what matches that ball.
If something has to come out, I want the show to move fast paced but not break the story. So I think Roaring Moon, oh man,
is the best candidate.
Is the best candidate in Koraidon. And then if we want to do the Rayquaza route, it's like it escapes and it's a bad Pokemon.
Okay, so here's a forward point. Whatever it is, Amethyo is gonna catch glimpse of it, which means he's gonna report back to his boss. Which means this is gonna already go into like season 2 already.
That's what I just wanted to focus on Turbo because
bro, by the end of next week, Amethyo is gonna go back to his boss and be like, bro, there's a ho-ho in there.
I think that Amethyo is gonna go back with at least a pendant. Because I feel like when we go meet Liko's mom, we won't be in perfect shape. It'd be nice if we lost the pendant.
That'd be interesting.
Roy's an upbeat, energetic boy who likes to go hunting for treasures. Okay, so he wants to meet Pokemon he's never seen and battle legendary Pokemon like that fabled ancient trainer he heard from his grandpa.
Although he's inexperienced about the fundamental Pokemon practices such as catching, Roy is nonetheless adept at other related activities such as building secret bases. So he's kind of like,
okay, so no, but it doesn't say anything about Rayquaza, so...
No, but I don't think it's him in the ball, man.
That's just good. That means I don't want it to
That's
be
my
Rayquaza.
bet. I do not think it's him in the ball. I think he just finds one later on, and he's just like, yay.
No, it better not be Rayquaza, bro. I'm just...
No, Pokemon doesn't need to spoil like Rayquaza in that sort of way to get views.
Yo, if they didn't spoil that, that'd be badass. But now that he's in the promotion, I know it plays a more important role. You can't show it.
There are some companies, some brands, like there's some video games where their trailers are literally like they'll put stuff you're like, I'm so hyped for him, and you find out that's the only stuff that's in the game. That's not what Pokemon is. Pokemon's like, if we're showing Rayquaza, I have more faith in them than that. They'll definitely like that thing is later on, whether it's 3 episodes down the road or not, but it's later.
Unless it is Rayquaza, but you don't get to see its proper form. It's only like the glowing silhouette and like it blasts them away and flies off.
Maybe
because it can't jump that fast.
It could be something like that, like almost like I was gonna say like a thank you blast, but so you're leaning more with whatever this is, it's just gonna go away after. And then and Roy just has the ball and then he just continues.
Oh, it could also go back in the ball. You're right. Nah, that's probably more likely. But what? Okay,
I can't go back in the ball.
But he doesn't want to use it like Liko and put it to the sky.
Because if you put it back in the ball,
no, he can't willingly bring it out though. He's like, oh, frig, I don't know how he's in there, but I don't know how to summon him.
That creates even more mystery because you're just like, what Pokemon is willing to be contained, but only
he's not willing. Maybe he's like tethered to it or something.
So this is just a confusing thing. We have to. It's so hard to tell whether it's like stuck there.
Like this is what I want it to be a roaring moon, right? It blasts them away, and everyone's looking at it like, what the hell is that creature? And maybe it's peaceful, it's eating the berries, or maybe it's angry and it flies off. But it's just like a what the heck factor with it.
So wouldn't it be a lot more easier for the mind to just think, okay, a roaring moon pops up, right, and it just starts attacking. Amethyo and them are like, screw this, and they flee, right? Like they somehow have to escape, right? And then Roy and all of them are like, yo, what do we do? Like we're free now. But like we can't contain this roaring moon, and then somehow they reactivate the pendant in the ball and they seal him back up in it, right? So there's that sealing thing, right? But then the other thing is it destroys stuff and it runs off and it flies off. Now part of the mission is hunting him down and putting him back in the ball.
Yeah, because he's dangerous, right? He should be attacking things,
and nobody knows what it is.
He's gonna eat the Digletts and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So nobody knows what it is. But here's the cool part: nobody knows what it is. So now like we have to chase him and like catch him back up. But then Amethyo goes back to Gibeon and them.
And he reports this Pokemon.
But then where Gibeon reports that to his boss, his boss is like, I know what that is.
Yeah. And then we get led to the time machine
those guys.
Stuff. And then that leads to the time machine.
Watch this. Then he goes, Amethyo, who unleashed that guy? What was the sequence? He goes, oh, it's this weird dude with the hat. And then he goes, 2 targets now. Bring me the boy, bring me the girl, bring me the ball, bring me the pendant. Because now he knows another stage to like unlocking his agenda. So now they're both going to be hunted. Basically, this is kind of pointing in a direction where whether you like it or not, Liko and Roy have to grow up super fast.
Yo, our times could be crazy. If someone is after the Rayquaza and the ball in the rim one, I almost want it to be a different organization. Instead of stacking the same narrative again.
Or at least the same organization, but there's different games being played at each hierarchy. You know what I mean? Think of it like, okay, for example, with the Akatsuki, right? You had like these guys are playing one agenda. Like, for example, Datara. He's just playing a base level agenda. Then you move up to someone like Itachi who's playing a different agenda. Then you go up to Pain who's playing a different agenda. Then you go to Obito who's playing a different agenda. Then Madara who's playing a different agenda. It's like there's a different agenda and each of them are hiding.
I suppose what you're saying, Gibeon is like low. He's high but low.
Gibeon is somewhere in the middle, but whatever. But he knows enough that he's aiding the higher up. But the higher up has like it's almost.
I would want Gibeon to be the Tropius and a different Gibeon to be the Rayquaza guy. Then
yeah, maybe.
You know,
I was assuming there's someone above Gibeon.
Okay, give me someone above Gibeon. So maybe Gibeon doesn't know and he reports it, and it's only the guy above who knows.
Yeah, that's what that was kind of
better.
Yeah.
Basically, Liko and the Pendant work like the Scarlet and Violet book and Terra Orb, and Roy's Ball works like the Time Machine. Okay, they're saying that
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, that's interesting. So he envisions a Pokemon and it makes it. Listen,
that'd be crazy. So like, let's play on that theory just for 1 second. So what's fighting us right now? A Corviknight, right? What Pokemon can KO a Corviknight? Now, don't think TikTok.
A freaking Koraidon freaking slashes it, man.
So like, that's what I'm thinking. Like, what do you like? No, why I'm saying that is because
what it manifests the Pokemon
exactly. I know it sounds funny, but it's like Roy might be thinking, please, like, imagine he just takes the ball and he goes, whatever you are, just save us, right? And let's say the Pokemon fighting them is like Ceruledge and he's weak against Ghost.
Okay.
And then Giratina comes down. It's just for an example.
Yeah.
It's like he manifested the weakness.
It's too OP.
But you know why I like the idea? Because if he could think it, it creates it to manifest the weakness. That's kind of what Terrapagos we envision it to be.
I will only accept that if the manifested Pokemon appears in a wavy form. Like a smoky silhouette.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's too OP. At least make it a bit uncertain, you know?
Yo, I kind of like the idea of Koraidon popping up.
See, like Roaring Moon, he would go crazy. But if it was Koraidon, then he slashes the thing, then he just turns into his dog mode and starts being stupid. You know, actually, that is exactly what would happen because he was sealed in there. So the moment he comes out, he'll have all this energy,
and then he just loses it.
Break the Corviknight in half, and then the sucker will just like fall over because he's tired.
I just don't know what we do with him after.
And then he's a cast member on the ship. He's like,
and it's just like our journey in Scarlet and Violet. He just stays in a ball, tired and weakened, and they're like,
"Freaking Roy rides them."
Wouldn't that be funny?
He tosses the keys to Liko if she needs to go somewhere.
Yo, what if that's exactly like the show? Like now, Koraidon's inside a ball. And they just do this stuff, and every now and then, the ball he breaks out of the ball. He's like,
yeah, when there's
sniffing
food
stuff,
he breaks out,
and he's like eating, and they're like, "You're goof."
Nah, we've solved it, bro, guys. It's either Roaring Moon or Koraidon. Amethyo might already know the ball. I would want Amethyo to not know much, so that we could turn him over to our side against like a bigger evil.
Yeah, I think Amethyo is like one of the lower people who just doesn't question the orders. He believes in the cause a little, but he has his own righteousness. So at some point, I think he swings in our.
He must believe something good is coming out of our organization. Maybe like the leader promises like something good for the future.
Yeah, exactly. So he believes off of that, but he's gonna get by the end, he's gonna realize that it's all like
he'll have a backstory like he lost his family, you know.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like you know, LOD, like Legend of Dragoon.
Oh, Lloyd.
He's like Lloyd. So he believes in a utopia that like his higher ups promised him. And by the time he gets to that point, he finds out that the utopia is fake.
Yo, what if Amethyo dies in the last fight?
And then he like helps you and he goes down.
He dies in the last fight and he leaves a little chart for you. Someone said it could be Ancient Mew.
That is okay.
Mew does fit that ball.
The card of Ancient Mew matches the ball precisely, but what's an Ancient Mew? That's the question.
It's just a Mew.
It's just a Mew, right? But yo, that would be another nut thingy. If Mew came out of that, I don't know.
I like Mew.
If you're just like, what are you doing here?
I'd like an Ancient Mew. At least it keeps the stakes not too crazy. You could just, I mean, Mew is huge, but they've kind of normalized a lot of stuff now. Someone said it's Ogerpon. I will stop watching it if Ogerpon comes out. I won't watch the show anymore.
What, it's going to be parachuting with a mask?
Yo, what if it's brute bonded and it's parachuting?
No.
He's like, wait a minute, guys, I'm coming.
I'm coming down.
What if Heat's on its back?
With his pom-pom, and he's just like...
He's sitting on its back.
He's like this. I've been summoned. It is time. He's coming down. Like,
what if it's Delibird?
Bro, get out of here, bro. I like our better ideas. Roaring Moon Koraidon or...
Someone said it's Giovanni.
That's what Giovanni went after all this time.
Giovanni comes out of the ball.
It'd be easier if Mew came out and then Giovanni came out of a bush like, aha! Found you again. I'm not gonna lie, I can't think of the right way to execute it, but I would like if Koraidon came out.
Koraidon or Roaring Moon's my idea. It's my top ideas.
I think those are our top ideas. I can't fry my brain about it.
All right, now I gotta tell you something. Okay, so I was wrong about something. So,
man said, what about walking wake? That'd be so weird. What is he just gonna like skywalk his way down from the blast beam upstairs?
Why you gotta say like
here
that,
I come. Do.
Sandy Skywalker is hilarious, bro. So the episode titles, right? This episode was called what? Do you remember?
The Ancient Ball. No, that's the next episode. No?
Yeah, the next episode is called The Ancient Ball, right? So we can learn what the next episode is called when we see the episode preview, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's people who, like, I guess when they work at the animation stuff, they can leak the upcoming titles past that.
Mm-hmm.
So this happens with other animes. They gotta leak, like, this is the next title for the next episodes and all, right? So let me get a notepad out. Okay, so this is the next one, right? So next episode's called The Ancient Ball, which means we will probably get lore on it. I mean, we're gonna see what's in it. Yo, it's freaking Koraidon, man. It's freaking Koraidon. You call it The Ancient Ball too. If it's Rayquaza, I'll be pissed if it's Rayquaza.
Koraidon works because, like, I don't know, this is messing up my head, but imagine, like, this is the ancient traveler that they talk about, right, in this story. I don't look at him as like a bad person, right? I look at him like a cool guy, like as in like he had the power to like befriend you know what I mean? Like
no, he sounds like a proper,
like a kind traveler. You know what I mean? So like a wandering kind traveler. So whatever he put in there, it wasn't in an attempt to seal it. It was almost like, I think he had some ability to befriend it. And maybe at some point,
I think someone else sealed it if it went rogue.
I don't even think it went rogue. I think at some point, maybe this was his way of saving it.
Oh, he saved it.
He's like, I'm going to put you in here. And he's like, imagine this ancient traveler, Koraidon is his companion.
Yo, it's Koraidon.
And then at some point, he was like, yo,
it's Koraidon.
We're about to lose this thing. You know what? I can save you. I'm going to lock you in this ball.
It's Koraidon. It's Koraidon. You cracked it. It was his companion, bro.
So imagine like that emotional moment where he's just like, yo, sorry, like this is where we part ways, but look, you're going to live for the future. I'm going to, like, sorry. And then like the Koraidon's like, don't. And then he's like, he seals it in. Yeah. He locks it.
Yeah.
And then later down the road, Koraidon's released. He's like, where's my own trainer? And he's like, nah, I'm not listening to any of you. And he just,
yeah, he shouldn't look at Roy and take a liking to him. He should be like, yo, F y'all.
Nah, F y'all, where's my companion? But why it would work is because if anyone follows the footsteps of him,
he'll start
to be Roy.
So, yeah, Roy.
Hold up then. So I guess we give Koraidon the top spot.
Koraidon's the top spot.
Until someone can knock it off. But yeah, continue.
So episode 6 is called Ancient Ball. So we're going to learn the lore. Mm-hmm. Now, we do know they have to meet Liko's mom after this, right?
Which is going to explain even more.
So,
well, if they meet her mom, her grandma's going to be met too, right? Where is she?
I think she might be separate somewhere.
Bro, where is she in some... Bro?
I don't think we can talk to the grandma yet. So that's this episode. The next episode after that's called Special Training Captain Pikachu. Why doesn't it fit? You're not excited over this?
What's he going to learn?
What do you mean?
What do you think when you see this?
I think maybe Pikachu gonna train Fuecoco and Sprigatito.
Oh, he's gonna train him.
Yo, Pikachu's an actual crew member. You saw him patrolling on Charizard's head.
Yeah.
What the heck is this, bro?
He's a cool guy. And you know, like Freed's explaining stuff. Freed would be like, yo, guys, listen, this is how it is. And then Pikachu's like, he's just acting like a gangster and stuff. So I think you might be right. Pikachu's gonna train the other two and just knock him out. I think but you know what? Like I said, even when you see that title, at first you're like, "Aw, filler," right? Like you be like, no, don't underestimate the show.
Nah,
they literally have 12 episodes to finish the season. Am I right?
No, we don't know about that.
Okay, whatever. But they're moving lightning quick. Like even this episode was filler, but the preview for the next one made you go.
Yeah, it felt like it was gonna slow down, but we had them opening the 18 ball now.
I in my mind, I thought it would take us. Let's say we were using the original format, 12 episodes, 4 seasons. I thought by like season 3 the ball would be unlocked. What the heck are we doing?
We've unlocked it very fast.
Episode 6.
It's Krae, bro. I can't believe we cracked it. It's 100. Everyone who said it's obviously Rayquaza, just watch. All right, remember your comments. Highlight them all. Okay, so special training Captain Pikachu.
Is Pikachu being trained or are they being?
No, Pikachu's. But
what if he evolves into Captain Raichu?
No, bro, he'll never.
I'm joking.
But look.
Huh?
There's another episode. Mystery of
I knew you weren't just throwing me. I knew it. You're just like, what do you think of this? I'm like,
this guy tried his best to have like a positive reaction.
You know, if
special training Captain.
You know, if cameras are off, I'd be like,
he's like, how interesting. So Pikachu's gonna train them, huh?
What are your thoughts on this?
This guy works so hard.
I knew, sneaky guy. I knew there was something there.
All right, mystery of the unopened door. What is the unopening door?
It's that giant thing I told you about in the heat chamber with the hourglass.
What else all doing Paldia?
Oh. What if it's here too?
Nah. What would it be here?
Pangea, I'm joking. No, but what's an unopening door? Okay, mystery of the unopening door. A door that won't open. I know that sounds simplistic, but the door hasn't been open for a long time. How does it open? Why is there a mystery? I'm saying all this because there's 2 people there that have some, like, it's Liko and Roy that have some, not capability of opening the door, but there's any mystery and they're trying to uncover it. What do you think? What are your thoughts about it?
Well, you got me with the Paldia door, that Area 0. Either a door leading to Area 0 or... But we can't talk about Area 0 right now, man.
I know, we're in Kanto.
What door? Maybe the door on the ship got jammed.
What if... Because special training Pikachu makes it look like they take a little bit of break, but where... So, mystery of the unopening door. This would be in Kanto.
This is them visiting Liko's mom.
So that might be it. Liko's mom takes him to the door.
I thought it was a friendly mom visit.
But if that was the case, then they're expediting the story crazy. It's like she's like, oh, it's happened? Very well, come with me. And they show the door. And Liko's like, Mom, I'm 12. I don't even know what's happening.
Yeah, bro.
I didn't even finish my first semester.
There's another title, too.
Oh, no.
Arrival in Paldia.
Yo, I think the door is a Paldea door.
Bro.
Yo, I think I know what's happening. I think the mystery of the unopening door, that is a Paldean door. They've seen that symbol and they're like, why?
So they show it ahead of time and then we arrive in the next episode.
Yeah, so the point is they see this door and they're like, what is it, right? And they're like, and then they do the research, like, where has this, have we seen this ever? They're like, oh, this is evident in a region called Paldea. And they're like, then we have to go to Paldea. We are the mystery hunters, aren't we?
Well, we're also going to Paldea because that's where Liko's mom should be.
True, but like...
But look, they're arriving in Paldea.
But the unopening door episode happens before they arrive to Paldea.
Yeah, so they might just show the mystery with people in Paldea. And then the next episode, we join them.
So do you think the mystery thing happens in Paldea or out?
I'm going to say Paldea.
Bro, what are people... This is crazy. It's so weird being given the episode titles. Mystery of the unopening door.
I don't like that the episode titles get leaked, but we can't do anything about it.
Arrival in Paldea.
So, and then there's one last title.
Oh my God.
Just one last one. No more.
Okay.
So, Frick, you ready?
Ho!
I was wrong, man. Freaking Nemona's in the show.
I was right. You was wrong.
You know what that means? What the hell?
It's crossover.
Clive, bro.
I was right. See, bro.
I was so, bro.
I'm the king.
It's because the Indigo Academy, everyone had a highlight. So I'm like, okay, maybe they're just gonna have an alternate cast. But that's just Academy and Kanto. This is why I said it's a prequel. This is when the anime really starts, when they arrive in Paldea.
Bro.
and we're gonna see everyone from the games now.
I've been saying this. I want I knew it was gonna be crossover stuff.
I did not think they would cross over.
So isn't this enough to think that Heath could be involved in the story now?
Frick. At this point, Heath is the traveler, I guess.
He might be the ancient traveler, exactly who he was, exactly him.
Oh, so it's a cyclizer?
or it's a descendant of Heath that fits that timeline of whatever year period.
Okay, that's better. I don't know if I want it to be Heath, man.
Who's Brassius again? Do we know him?
Bro, he's the freaking weird guy.
No, bro, I was telling you, Nimona and Cleve.
Insane for her to show up in that.
I was telling you, Nimona and Clive and those guys. Who's this guy again?
He's the first gym leader.
Oh no!
Look at his face.
Okay, so that means they go to Paldea and they bump into the first gym leader in Nimona.
They're gonna do the gyms like it's. So this is when a different version of the show starts. It was a prequel.
So that means Clive is gonna show up. That's gonna be a big moment. That's a
Arvin.
What do you guys think, guys? Isn't this a cool thing?
If Arvin's gonna show up, there's Sada no way they take only some of the rivals. That means Sada and Tura are alive. So maybe they are the ones who make the time, bruh. Now this is how we go into time machine territory.
So hold up, man. I was saying, what was I saying? Yo, go back to the first, like our first podcast or something where I was like, yo, this is the first time where I think the anime affects the game affects this, they all interlock with each other because they did that with season 1 of Pokemon.
Season 1.
Then they gave up. They're redoing this again. Finally, like a character who has no business being in the anime. You could have made any other character, and you could have been like, well, technically, Nimona has no business being in the video game.
It doesn't have to be in this anime system.
If she's there, everything's crossing over.
And Nimona's the strongest trainer in the region.
In that region,
she can't pop up right now.
You know what that also means?
Mm-hmm.
What if she mentions like Gita and all this shit?
She must. She's like a fan of Gita, right?
Bro, so how many of the characters from the game?
I think everyone's about to cross over. It's literally like we're starting Scarlet and Violet the moment this episode airs. We're just gonna go there and we're gonna see Brassius jumping off buildings
and being dumb and like poetically dumb. And then Nimona's just gonna be like, I'm the deuce.
The freaking Team Star dudes wandering around.
Bro.
But Sada, so wait, yo, is it gonna be Sada or Turo? Or is this gonna show us it is both of them? What if they're just
I told you this anime is gonna be it's gonna be more than what it is because they're gonna use it to help bridge promotions.
Might as well
think of how much like money there is in it for this company, just from not just the game, from merchandise and everything. This is the right direction to take to cross people over.
So the mysterious travelers may be Heath, and the ball went from Paldea eventually to this island in Kanto. So that's why it would be a Koraidon.
Maybe in the sense of the ancient traveler was in Paldea in his last like.
I think it just floated on its way here.
That's one way, but I was also thinking maybe he in his last days he resided in Kanto.
Oh, that'd be cool.
And then he just handed the ball to someone there and said like watch after it, and that eventually got passed down to the grandpa, who then gave it to Roy. Because and I'm saying that because the grandpa told Roy stories of the ancient traveler.
Yeah, but they must be. No, I don't think the ancient traveler is that close to their time period.
No, maybe not close to the grandpa, but he gave it to someone who eventually gave it to the grandpa.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, that's probably it. That's correct. I don't know what says end at the end.
Okay, so we gotta wait 4 weeks, guys. But Nimona pops up in 4 weeks.
So this is this
and
week.
Then Brassius and his weirdness. It's gonna be so weird seeing a video game character now in the anime like that. I want Clive to pop up. You know, it's gonna be cool. We leak some of this, and it's like the professor. What is he called? The director arrives. And you're like, I'm so down for this.
Okay, guys. So when we go to Paldea, what do you think it's gonna be, Naranja or Uva? They gotta combine. They gotta pick one of the games or combine them or something. What do you think? I don't know.
No, you're saying would it be
Naranja or Uva?
I think it depends on what comes out of that ball. If a Koraidon pops up, then.
But that's so weird. Would they really take one of the paths? Would they really say this whole anime is Uva? I mean Naranja, and then would they only like show Sada as his mom and not?
So here comes the bridge link. Like you said, are both of them present in the story?
Right now, if they're going to Paldea and characters are crossing over, both of them have to be present. They have to somehow split it.
Imagine
Armin's not in the show.
Like I know this is not how the story plays out, but imagine you talk to Armin. Armin's like, "Oh, I'll take you to my parents," and you're like, "Wait. You said like in plural, parents. Okay, take me to your parents." And you take it to your parents. He goes, "Hi, my name's Sada. My name's Tori." You're like, "Bro, this anime is going to go nuts. They're going to summon the future and the past."
if Arvin took you to his parents, there'd be no one at home. Right now, Sada and Tor are probably in Area Zero. One of them.
Fair.
That's crazy, dude. Stuff's gonna pick up once we go here.
So
we might even do like the treasure hunt.
My brain is melting because I'm like, how many more characters could Jack Q be part of it? Could the expedition be part of this?
Yeah.
Is that his name, Jack Q?
Yeah, but the Q doesn't have to be said like that.
Oh, Jack. But like, how many more characters involved in terms of like what the story? I know Pokemon's not foolish enough to just say we're gonna now recreate the video game. They're going to make a spin-off, but the characters are still involved. So if Clive's in it and the school's in it and the academy's there, then the teachers are there. If the teachers are there, see how like it just gets crazy because then if the other teacher's there with the glasses, are the ruinous Pokemon known?
Yeah, the ruinous one. Yo, like who do you think would replace? You think Roy and Liko replace what our character would be?
Basically.
Or do you think he's wandering around?
I don't think our character's doing anything. I'm not even.
It doesn't exist.
No, I think Liko represents our character
and Roy.
Roy.
You think
no, the combination of the two. But like, I guess if you have to say what character defines like you playing in like V1, like player one, what would you be, Roy? I guess you're Liko.
I think Liko
at that point. But no, it would be like the common. I guess that's their way of being like gender select. We'll give you the male and the female, both of them kind of like.
I guess.
I'm not trying to make it sound like a game. I'm just saying like that's kind of the representation.
Yeah, it's gonna generally unfold the events of the game, though, I guess.
But in a different way.
Yeah, what would the school be called? I can only say, what if they want to somehow like, unless what they do is show that Violet is the what ifs version, and this game shows it's Sada in Area Zero, the academy's called Naranja. Unless they like canonize just one pathway, it would imagine the academy is actually called Manzana, and it's just the neutral academy. That'd be so weird.
They could always put one professor. This is just to confuse it. They could always put one professor like Sada and say, that's it. One professor. But the confusing thing is Roaring Moon came out of the ball. So now you're like, I don't even understand what's happening. So what I'm saying is it could be one professor that's learned to meddle with the past and the future.
It could be.
No, don't could be. You could shoot it down.
I don't know how they would handle it.
Okay, make sure you shoot an idea down if you think I'm just talking nonsense.
I don't know how they could handle the two academies because like if you were to call it Manzana, isn't there a history to the academy? So if you just change the name to one of them, isn't there more lore about the game that gets messed up along the way? This is weird, dude.
No, we're not going to move on from the topic. We're going to stay on this for the next 3 hours, and we're going to I'm joking.